There we go. There we go. Hello and welcome to the Jesus Podcast. My name is Jesus. I'm your buddy. You can call me Jesus. So, how are all my sinners and saints, my demons, my demigods? And look, there I am. Yay! I figured it out. I'm slow, but I'll get there. So, this has been the current project right here. That is the current project. I'm making can't see it there, making a Jesus coin, I guess you could say. So this coin right now, these are just prototypes. I have a whole bunch of them. Probably would have been nice if I could just show you like my progression on it, but I didn't think of that. In fact, I'm totally not prepared today. In case you can't tell, I have been. Let me just look over here on the live stream. I've been 4 minutes, and I'm barely talking now. Not good, not good at all. Oh, but failure. She's a harsh mistress, but I love her. I love her so much. Okay, so let me see here. I need to get a paper that I wrote, or I don't know, I just wrote something is basically what it is. There we go. Gonna bring that up. All right. Gonna make it big. Make it big for me. Make it big. I'm sorry I'm like doing this, and I really wish I was more prepared. I was looking for my tripod. Probably should have looked for it earlier, but I've been dealing with the coin as I just showed you. And let me just switch back over. There I am. Hooray. Excuse me. So yeah, I've been dealing with this, and you know what? Why don't I just show you what I've been doing? So let me. Yeah, I'm in my underwear. Thank you. All right, had a good move. All right, so we're looking over here. I don't know what happened. I think I moved too fast for the camera to do anything. Yeah, I don't know what happened. The camera just went nutso. I think I moved too fast for it. That's what I'm assuming. But you still got my voice. All I did was get more of these tokens. I'll show you the first one that I made, and you can see what I've been doing with them lately. But obviously that whole thing is moot now, which I guess we can go to the technical difficulty phase. Okay. All right. Yeah. Don't think I haven't been on YouTube. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I'll figure it out. So better to make these mistakes here, and that's why I say I try and fail on a. Okay. So I wrote this piece because, when you think about it, Los Angeles is a city I grew up in. Oh, that's my cat. Hold on one second. I've got to take care of her. Come here, Bubba. Oh, there we go. There we go. All right. she can't hop up very well, so sometimes you got to get her up. She's up there in age. I'm not giving it away, but you know. So I wrote this piece because people mistake how people, I don't know, they mistake most of the population for Los Angelinos, and that's just really not true. You might have lived here, we might have a large population, but the majority of it is transplant. The majority of it is not from here, and that can be proven, like when any New York team comes, or any Chicago team, Philadelphia team. There's a lot of people from a lot of different parts of the country, is what I'm saying. In fact, it's so ubiquitous. I mean, there's so many of you people that people are surprised when they meet a native Los Angelino. So I wrote this piece, and I hope you like it. And it's my sentiments exactly, because I wrote it. All right. This is my first time reading it, though. I wrote it. I didn't read it. I think I did pretty good. Every person in the world would love to live in my city, Los Angeles, the city of angels. I can hear everyone right now. What about New York? What about London? What about Paris? I'll concede. New York is the financial hub in the world. Every dollar at some point will flow through Wall Street. Paris, you think wine, fashion, and London, music. Wave after wave of Brits have stormed and shifted American culture. Well, I'm not going to lie. Los Angeles, totally different category. This city has been exporting American culture around the world for over 100 years. Maybe not that long. For a long time. All right? Doesn't matter where you live. If you've owned a television or have seen a movie, chances are you've seen something produced in my city. No other city in the world has been in more iconic films than Los Angeles. Go ahead, look it up. Prove me wrong. Heads of state, fanboy or girl, or non-binary. Non-binary. Out when they meet celebrities it has created. They're the monarchs of the world. They wield the power of celebrity that will open doors no government could penetrate, which is true. The city has produced and started revolutions, toppled heads of state, and changed culture around the world. Everybody wants to live here. How do I know? You just need to work in this city or attend certain sporting events like I talked about, where the transplants outnumber the fans 2-to-1 or more. One quickly realizes how rare a native Los Angelino is. And I this isn't here, but I'm going to tell you on the side. So when I think about other places, New York, Paris, Chicago, Hawaii, Bora Bora, Fiji, wherever, right? I think about visiting. I never think about, I want to live there. I don't want to live there. I don't want to be there in the winter, and I definitely don't want to be there in the summer. Well, other places, but I wouldn't want to live there full time. I grew up in an somewhat arid climate, so a fluctuation in temperature for me is, I want to go to the snow. I don't want the snow to come to me. That's what I'm saying, and that's why I don't like it when it's really hot and humid. Drives me insane, and I definitely don't like it when it's cold. So, and it's so funny, and I'm going off a tangent, and I'll continue in a moment. My apologies for this. But, Los Angelinos, people who grew up here, people who live here, for the most part, we don't think about going anywhere. Like We don't think about New York. We don't think about Paris or Chicago. You're not on our mind at all. But man, do you guys like to bag on us? You know, even Northern California bags on us. You know, San Francisco bags on us. You know, but you know, they have a much worse homeless problem than we do. They're doing whatever we're doing in California with the homeless. Let me tell you, it's not the right thing. That's all I'm saying. But let me go on. I'm going to try and finish this without any commentary. There are many ways me and my fellow Angelinos know you are not from LA. Number one, driving. You want to come to the city? You better fucking know how to drive and learn the fucking rules. And I'm not talking about the rules you need to get to know to get California driver's license. No. I'm sorry, just because you have a driver's license doesn't mean you are qualified to drive in my city. I don't care how good of a driver you are wherever you came from or were, wherever you came from. The traffic in Los Angeles is legendary. Don't believe me, just hop onto the 405 or the 101 or the 110 freeways at any day of the week at 3 p.m. I could name more, but you get the point. We have 10 million people living in approximately a 50 square mile area. And most of us have cars. Speed limits, now I get it. Speed limits. That's just a suggestion. Throughout, not just in Los Angeles, but throughout California. Really, but especially in California. Police find it suspicious when you are driving the speed limit. That's no lie. I've actually been told that on several occasions. If it's late, if it's late and you aren't driving 5 miles over the speed limit, if you're considered a suspect vehicle. I'm not kidding. There's a law that states to obey the posted speed limits, but every city in the state is spread out over miles, like an old moth-eaten blanket of concrete, and that is sat in the closet for like decades. Large patches are linked together by worn threads. One must not impede the flow of traffic because you can cause an accident. So the majority of traffic is speeding, then it's okay for you to speed. The speed you drive determine which lanes you're going to be in, and I am totally serious about this. That drives me nuts. Far right, 55. You want to go 55? You better be in the far right lane, like you're ready to get off the freeway, you know? The next lane, you can do 55, but you should be doing 60, 70. I'm just saying. Maybe not 70, you know, anywhere from, 60 to 65. And then any other lane, unless it's part of a transition, is 70 and up. Okay, so the left two lanes, if you're not going 70 miles an hour or more, then don't be in those lanes. Whatever you do, don't fucking do 65 in the far left lane. Don't even think about trying 55. You will cause an accident. Heavy freeway traffic, everyone is trying to get somewhere, and we all assume we're late. Knowing when and when not to use your blinker is an art form, okay? Merging blinker. Try and get into a fast lane. Well, you could have the car speed up, or try to get into a faster lane. Well, you could have this car speed up because he doesn't want you to get in front of him, you know. Or you can bide your time and shoot the gap, before he even notices that he didn't, keep with the, he fell too far behind and you got in front of him without having to use your blinker. But you got to have your head on a swivel. You really do, because a lot of people don't. There is one and only one time you must, and I really can't stress this enough. Honestly, period, end of story. One time that you cannot forget to signal. Not only just signal, and she agrees with me, but signal early, okay? And that's when you plan to make a left-hand turn at an intersection with no turning lane. Don't get all the way up there and then do it. You're robbing me and other people the opportunity to move into the next lane so we're not stuck behind you, waiting for you to turn as you're holding up, turn as the traffic you are holding up. Become aware of the situation. More room have behind me. Have more room to maneuver, keeping me stuck behind your fucking ass, waiting for another light. You selfish, myopic cocksucker. I hate it. It drives me nuts. If you're at Beverly and Western, and it's where you can make a left-hand turn, like if it's 4-7 and after or before, I think it's like 7 to 7. You better put on your fucking signal, man, because there's a lane to my right that I could easily get into if you would just let me know ahead of time, okay? Now, if you're going to make a left turn, whether you use your signal or not, use your fucking signal, okay? Pull in to the fucking intersection, all right? Do not, I repeat, do not sit behind the fucking crosswalk. Pull into the intersection because 1 or 2 cars are allowed to follow when you turn, even if it's on a red. Though the third car could catch a ticket. So be cautious if you're the third car. If you're a timid driver, if you're on Google Maps, if you need to follow your map and there's a turn and you're going to miss it on any city street, don't cut people off. She agrees. Don't cut people off to make that specific turn. There's going to be another one on the next block or the one after. And trust me when I say 9 times out of 10, the streets will be connected. Oh, hello, Bobish. I'm petting her, and she's just like in this kind of mood. Just you're an accident waiting to happen, and you probably won't be the one to be killed. I'm totally serious. This happens all the time. Look at your surroundings. Do not follow the fucking map. All right, there's plenty of streets that you can turn on to. Obviously, that's something, but don't fucking cause an accident. All right. There are a few times, in my opinion, everyone should obey the posted speed limit, and that's during the first rainstorm when there's been 100 more days without rain. There's a ton of oil on the streets and highways, so when that first rain hits the pavement, it's Hydroplane City. You won't know what the fuck happened. When I hear Californians don't know how to drive in the rain, I think they aren't from California, and I know they aren't from LA. I'm serious. You're either an inexperienced driver, driving for the first time, or you're probably not from here, because everybody in this city who grew up here, who drove around here, who cut their teeth on these streets and highways, knows. First day of the rain, drive the speed limit, drive safe, because you're going to hit the brakes and everything's going to go. You're just going to spin around, lose control, and you're not going to know what to do, and you're going to panic. So don't be mad, okay? So yeah, we know you guys aren't from LA, all you people in that speeding by us like it's no big deal. People, if not in another vehicle, but you're using some kind of personal transportation, you have the right of way 100% of the time unless they're reckless. So if you see a bicycle guy, because let me tell you something. People think Los Angeles is most people here are like atheists and don't have there's a religion here. There is an avid religion here, and that religion is exercise. Okay? Let me tell you, you're a jogger, because I'm sorry, I'm supposed to say runner. I'm a runner, and I run on that, part of the lawn that divides between the street and the sidewalk. That thing right there in this part of the neighborhoods I run in. Those are pretty big, and and uh, and I run on those all the time. I forgot what I was saying, but here's the thing: nobody says anything when you're running. You could be running on the, and you could just say, someone could give you a look, and you just say training, and they're like, oh yeah, yeah, go ahead. Cars let you go, even though you see them. It's okay to let them know, hey man, go ahead and go. Uh, uh, you know, uh, be careful in traffic. All right, if you're not crossing at a crosswalk, do be careful because people aren't paying attention because they're not from here. Finally, the sucker lane. How do I know you're not from the city? You're in the sucker lane. The sucker lane is that lane that's backed up because traffic is merging into another freeway. Don't be mad at me if you see cars flying by and they find a gap in the line much further ahead. We've been waiting for your turn in the past 5 minutes. Hate the game, not the player. Please do me a favor. Follow the rules of traffic, the unwritten rules of traffic in Los Angeles and California. The life you could save could be mine or yours. All right? All right, that's it. I wrote that the other day. I thought it was longer, but apparently it's not. And okay. And I'm back. I'm back. I didn't even realize. I forgot I switched over. So that's terrible. As you can see, I haven't done the camera thing. So I wrote that the other night because I'm really frustrated with the people who drive in Los Angeles to no end. So, in case, Los Angeles is really spread out. I'm talking like seriously spread out. And there are a lot of freeways, there are a lot of people, and we all have got somewhere to be. And I can't tell you how many times. Sorry, just give me a look at my hair. I don't know what side to work on. What side? Okay, so, alright, that's fine. That's fine. Forgot my train of thought. Doesn't matter. Learn how to drive when you get here, okay? You can't just come here and then be like, oh, I've been driving for 20 years. Yeah, you've been driving 20 years from where you're at. You want to think, look, I've driven in Boston, I've driven in Chicago, and I've driven in New York. I've driven in Australia and not in England. I didn't drive in England. I was too young. New York, nobody knows how to drive in New York. I mean, yeah, you have people who own cars, but they don't know how to drive. The cab drivers, those guys know how to drive. But they don't know how to drive here. They know how to drive in traffic. They know how to drive in crowded traffic. There's more than just traffic here. You got to watch the road. You got to watch the people next to you. You got to, make sure that your driving speed is, matching the driving speed around you. I can't put that enough. Police officers actually do look for somebody who is driving the speed limit late at night. And this has been told to me, and I wrote it in there. It's actually been told to me personally on several occasions. So that's it. That's all I got. That's the Jesus podcast for today. Sorry. I had it all planned. Anyway, because the coins. Let me just tell you what I'm doing, okay? So I'm playing on the name Jesus, obviously, copyrighted the word Jesus. I'm going to be giving out these tokens, coins. They're not going to be made of plastic. I'm trying to create the mold that I'm going to sand cast for these. These are just going to be pushed into the sand and cast them. And then I'm going to make actual coins out of aluminum. And those coins will say various things, one free sin, or it'll have like the 7 deadly sins, and then you can have like I don't know, maybe maybe I'll have actual sins on there, like I don't know. I'm not gonna do like any like one free murder. No, I'm not gonna do that. But maybe somebody will want like maybe you want to give a friend, a girlfriend, or a non-binary person, or I guess dudes can have kids now. Although being a man, I personally I know I can't. I'm pretty. I don't even. Yeah, pretty sure. Pretty sure. One free abortion, or one free adultery, or I don't know, stuff like that. And I'm so that's a thing. I'm gonna get T-shirts are coming now. This is all my stuff, and there's another like couple things I have going on the side too. But realize that with these like little things, I don't know what I'm gonna sell them for, or if I'm gonna sell them, if I'm just gonna give them away, and I'm just gonna have you donate. I'm not too sure how I'm gonna work that out. But what I do know is I'm going to, these are going to go to charities. These are, I think there's a mission here. It's called the LA Mission, Midnight Mission, and they don't get money from the city of Los Angeles or the county of Los Angeles because there's too much red tape, and I don't blame them. Yet you can, put up a building without a problem in this city if you have enough money. That's if you have enough money, and they, they do the best they can. So I was thinking of like everything that I make, because honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I want 90% of any proceeds I make from anything I do to go towards some type of charity. And the Midnight Missions one, maybe the Variety Boys and Girls Club in Boyle Heights, or places like that, places where people have need, and places that will lift up the least of us. And I think we forget that quite often, when you let, and here I'm going to go get preachy, when you let a company give out opioids like Tic Tacs in some cases, or if you, if methamphetamine and other types of street drugs, heroin, are flowing into the country, we have to think of something different than what we're doing. Like, people can get housing here, but they don't want to give up their drugs. They don't want to give up their urban. I mean, we actually have people who are happy to receive all the benefits that California gives them. And let me just say, California gives a lot. I know why taxes are higher here, because we give a lot of people a lot of services. There's a friend that I have who was homeless, who's no longer homeless. She just came back here when she could have stayed in Michigan, and I have a podcast for that. I just haven't. A, I forgot about it because of the COVID. Everything kind of went nuts. And B, I have to edit it. I haven't done that because I'm trying to figure out this 3D printer over here. And if I could just, let's see if I can move this slowly. You kind of see that's the 3D printer right there. Okay. That 3D printer was donated by Ian Crossland. because he didn't take it with him, and I was going to ship it to him, and I told him how much it was, and he never called me back. So it's here now. I'm using it, and he's welcome to have it back. He just has to come get it because I'm not dismantling that thing and boxing it up. It's been 5 years, I think. Maybe not that long. Maybe 3. My point is, we need more of that. We need more community involvement. We need more stuff from the grassroots level, because it's obvious with this pandemic that our government is failing us completely, utterly. We can't. There's a complete democratic. The Democrats rule the Senate, the House, and the executive branch, and they're taking their damn sweet time to pass a bill. And I know people, I honestly do, I know people who have not received any money since August. So, and they're just playing identity politics, which is sad and disgusting. My suggestion is go to represent us, represent.us. Go there, sign up, volunteer. There is a bill that's going through Congress right now. I think the House might have just passed it. Oh no, they're working on it. H.R. 1. It's going to take care of a lot of things. It's going to take care of gerrymandering. It's going to take care of. It has ranked voting in it. It removes money from politics. It overturns a bunch of things, and it needs to be passed. It needs to get done because this system is totally broken, and I don't know what to do about it. And I think storming the Capitol is what happens when people are desperate and frustrated and disillusioned with their leaders, and that's exactly what's happening. So I don't fault those people for doing what they did. They're desperate, you know. I saw a grown man cry because his country has abandoned him, you know, and I can't blame him. And nothing's being done about it. We're too busy talking about, what people can and can't say, what genders we are and aren't, and what might be and what could be. There's one race. It's a human race. And in that human race, there are many cultures. So forget about who you love. Forget about who you feel you are or who you believe yourself to be or whatever's in here that doesn't match here. Forget it. Just like you're human. And I find it sad. I find it sad that people make these transitions and then are still unhappy because they're not accepted. And I know I don't know what that level of unacceptance is, but I know what it's like to be unaccepted. I know what it's like when you're the odd one out. 'Cause I'm an odd duck. Look at my hair. I haven't had it to that level. I try and treat everybody like how I want to be treated. And I think that's what we need to do. But I don't know. I'm trying to do my part. I can't stand on the sidelines anymore and tweet what's wrong with I can't even get my representative on the phone. All right? I can talk to his assistant, but I can't get him on the phone. I can't get him to email me. I can't get him to tweet me back. I can get people to attack me, and I find it strange that I get attacked for telling the truth. I get attacked, and I'm like, people don't know. It's like my father does this, and and I love my dad, but he just assumes that I'm one of these automatons who doesn't take time to like listen to different points of view and try and figure it out. And it's so hard during this time. It's so hard. You're just bombarded with all this bullshit. And we're bombarded with so much bullshit that now we need to have like what, a truth czar? We don't need a truth czar. You know what we need? We need to let people speak. We need to hear everybody's idea so we can go, okay, that one's crazy. That one's insane. Let's not deplatform them, okay? All right? Because the reason why people are getting drawn to these perceived, and I meet a lot of people, and I rarely meet somebody with like extreme points of view, but those people who have extreme points of view are desperate, and everything that they know is not working. And that's the truth. And the more desperate you get, the crazier stuff you'll do. And silencing somebody's voice does not help whatsoever. Free speech. If you're afraid of an idea, then you're incapable of defending your position, or you're immature to discuss complicated subjects. Either way, you are not helping anybody. All you're doing is justifying censorship. And there's no reason to justify censorship. There's no reason to fear an idea, a word, anything. So stop sitting on the sidelines, stop tweeting, stop succeeding at doing nothing, stop succeeding at playing video games unless you're a professional video game player. Stop succeeding at what's not improving you. People tell me all the time, I'm eating healthy, and then I look what they eat. You know, they're up at 7 o'clock in the morning, they have a glass of orange juice, they got some oatmeal with blueberries, and over here some toast and butter, and a banana. That's not a healthy breakfast. That is a glass of sugar, water. That's a glass of sugar water. That's what orange juice is. It's a glass of sugar water. That oatmeal, that banana, that's all going to turn, that's all carbohydrates. It's all going to turn, if you don't burn it, it's going to be stored. And that's the fact. Period. End of story. I'm not telling you how to eat. I'm telling you what those things do. You don't need to be a doctor. I go running. I spent a year eating whatever I want and running. I did almost 700 miles. And I think I lost like 11 pounds total. So it's okay to admit you're fat. It's okay to admit you're ignorant. It's okay to admit your flaws. It really is. I'd rather know that you're ignorant so maybe I can help you find your way, or if you're, fat but you don't want to be fat shamed, I'm not fat shaming you. I want everybody to be healthy. I want to be healthy. I'm fat. The shame you feel comes from you. Unless somebody's insulting you. And that's not something I do. We all have flaws. We're all imperfect. I mean, there's a billion-dollar industry about, trying to make us perfect. Anyway, I'm done preaching. Go check out represent.us. Go there, check it out, see what they have to offer. Join, get involved. Doesn't matter whether you're a Democrat. It doesn't matter if you're a Republican. It doesn't matter if you're an independent. The ideas are good. The ideas are there. And if we want these ideas to be implemented, people need to get involved. So put partisan politics aside and do what's right for citizens. That's what we need to do. what is right for the citizens. And that's the truth. All right. It's the end of the podcast. I want to thank you for listening. Please slap that like button, spank that bell to get, and subscribe. I'm supposed to say that. That's what they tell me. I hope you'll grow with this thing. I hope I don't ramble on too long. I am. So just remember, fail. Fail at something. Don't succeed at nothing. Because those little failures are ripples. And those ripples will turn to waves. I know because I see it in me. And I'm not perfect. And I still fail. And I will spend a day in bed still. But I'm getting better. And that's all you can do. Thanks for listening.